All right. Hello. Um, I'm just supposed to just start putting this out there, and so I will. I am had a few thoughts, you know what I mean, and I decided that well, they're coming in, so I'm just gonna start talking about them because I'm supposed to. Um, and this is I don't know what to. Y'all wouldn't believe me if I said it the way I said it, so I'm just gonna say like literally, they was downloads. They came to me today, and I'm supposed to talk about it. It's a bunch of stuff. Uh, you could be, you know, writing something. You could be in music. You could be poetry. Whatever you do, like what else is there? Whatever discipline there is that you're expressing yourself in creatively is literally for you. It is 3:22 in the morning in the AM. Literally, I don't know why. Well, I know why I can't sleep, and I'm gonna have to talk to those people tomorrow. But I think I was like over caffeinated with some stuff, so I can't fall asleep. And so while I can't fall asleep, I have been getting some crazy downloads, I guess you can call them. And so this is about okay. This is not about anybody in particular. Like I said, you could be an artist and you're going through this, and maybe I have a solution for you right now. Okay, so I need you to be real with yourself. I need to be real with myself. We all need to be real with ourselves. We need to walk the path of reality, right? And when we do, we get revelations and we change. Because looking at the problem, seeing what it is, recognizing it, owning it, can help you change, right? With whatever you're doing. Somebody, whoever you are, it could be a multitude of people. If you're an artist that's struggling with your creativity, probably you. You're the type of person, first of all, you get a lot of stuff. People want to help you, people like to help you. This has probably been since your childhood. So you're used to a certain way of being. People probably cater to you, all of that. Um, But what's happening is that's actually a hindrance for you because now you sort of carried on that behavior, and it stops you from doing a lot of stuff. You may need a lot of things in order for you to get started with things like, and be real with yourself. You could literally be saying things like, I need to like have my house a certain color and look a certain way. It's got to be this way in order for me to create. That may be true if that works for you, but it can't be one excuse after the other. After you get that, you can't create because you need a bike. After that, you can't create because you need a writing partner. After that, you can't create because you need the right type of water. You need the right type of diet. You're not sitting on the right type of pillows. The house you're living in isn't giving you the right vibe for you to create, like all kind of stuff. And you continually make this like announcement, or you continually do this to where you're not producing. You don't produce and you can't move forward with what you have produced because of all these stipulations you've placed in front of yourself. So you've put yourself in tight parameters, and now you can't do the things that you want to do because you have like placed yourself in such confined restrictions. And it's not your fault. You may not know that you're doing it, but you criticize other people that are doing stuff and that is successful, and even try to stop certain people that are around you because you're not moving and you don't think that you're doing that, but you are. If you have something to say about somebody else's work who's successfully doing work, let's just put it out there. Anybody, it could be anybody. Who's the biggest? Beyonce. That's the biggest. She's one of the biggest stars right now. And you got a shit ton to say about Beyonce. And you cannot recognize her success. You cannot recognize that this woman is um, rewarded financially, no matter what the conspiracy is or what people are saying. Um, you can't see anything positive about that artist and what they put out, or even put yourself to listen to what they say, not what they say, but their artistry, their style. It doesn't matter. You don't have to relate to Beyonce. Like half of the time, I don't relate to Beyonce because she a rich black girl and I'm not, right? But um, that doesn't mean that she's not an amazing singer. It doesn't mean that she's not putting out successful art. It doesn't mean that her fucking tickets aren't $5,000 a pop. And for you, that's a problem. You don't see it as a success. You see it as access. And listen, that's never going to make you successful hating on somebody who's successful. It's not. It's best if you even just put Beyonce or whoever you're looking up to and saying that motherfucker, I could blah blah blah. Put them out of your mind altogether so you can get your work done. And I'm getting this card from this particular deck. It's the Three of Pentacles. And it's literally about the foundation of that card. Like, it's a tree. And in the tree, there's no fruit on the tree. And it even looks bare, even though it doesn't look like the weather's that way. Like, there's a rainbow in the sky and all of that shit. Why isn't this tree bearing fruit? When you look at the roots of the tree in this particular deck of the Three of Coins, which is about work and progress in work and progress in what you're doing, the roots were black. So I feel like some of your roots are toxic, and that's why you're not producing. That's why you can't produce anything. Um, and I'm talking about myself as well, because I think these downloads are for me and other people, right? If it's, you know, one monkey, if one monkey thinks it, all the monkeys are thinking it. If one monkey's doing it, all the monkeys are doing it. So I could pitch an arbitrary rock over the fence, and one of these dogs is gonna holler. Is what I'm trying to say. Let me give you all the old school idioms right now from childhood. Um. Anyways, all I'm saying is all these stipulations and these tight restrictions and these parameters that you put around yourself may possibly be stopping you from doing what you're doing. That's one message, and I think that message is done and complete. The next message: somebody out here has a really good friend or really good friends that they take advantage of or take for granted. Somebody tried to hide their hand and make their character more virtuous than their friend by throwing their friend under the bus. Whoever you are, you put yourself in a light of like innocence and threw your friend under the bus who did absolutely nothing and was innocent, or friends or group of friends who were innocent, to save your face. Even though that friend did absolutely nothing. So, and you even went as far as to try to, in your friend's face, in front of other people, try to spin that story as if that happened. And that friend stopped you a couple of times. Like, wait, what? Would you just say? Because no, that didn't happen. Um, you even said stuff like, your friend may have owned up to like stuff that they did in the past that could have been like, toxic. And they're like, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I shouldn't have did that. It didn't step on your toes or anything. It was just some behavior problems with your friend. And I can attest to this because, I'm a little bit controlling and I have to pull back on people and be like, yo, my bad. You know, um, I'm going to just step aside and let you do your thing because I'm trying to control the situation. And that's toxic. I've done that before. And in the situation that's similar to what I'm explaining, I did do that. Um, but this person may have started talking to you again, and the proof is in the pudding. If your supposed friend stepped on your toes, why are you still friends with this person? If they did these horrible, horrific things that they supposedly did, why are you friends with them? And it's not about, oh, forgiveness and this and that, because you wouldn't forgive somebody who deliberately stepped on your toes, stopped your money, stopped your livelihood, stopped your. A perfect example. One of my friends thought that and this was not true altogether. I had to like stop her and be like, that didn't happen. What are you saying? Um, she basically told me that, I was setting her up in a text with her boyfriend, um, trying to say certain things. I was like, nah, I was talking to both of y'all. So I put you and that person in a text. So that part is true. You trying to take it out of context. So I put you and that person in the text and I started talking to you and that other person in the text. So that was on purpose. I put you guys in a group text because I was talking to both of you motherfuckers. And that's it and that's all. I wasn't trying to set you up or try to say anything. And I heard about this years later. As a matter of fact, it did come from the horse's mouth too. And I was like, nah, that didn't happen. Why are you trying to spin that story? Which made me think that that person did try to spin that story. So that's just an example of what I'm talking about. People may be trying to put words in your mouth and say you did things because they're trying to hide their own mishaps and trying to virtue signal by lying on you and throwing you under the bus. And I didn't mean to bring that up in a way to, I have nothing against this person. I love this person as my good friend. And I decided to turn the other cheek on that altogether. Uh, Whatever. But I think you may have tried to take things out of context with people around you so you could stay virtuous and hide your hand. And I do feel like that's a little bit, you're either dealing with a narcissist or anybody could display narcissistic behavior without being a narcissist, okay? Um it doesn't mean that it happens all the time. Um but it does happen sometimes, right? Especially when people are trying to hide their hand and hide something. They just start displaying these kind of behaviors. They may not be that way all the time, but in temporary situations where they're not used to like owning up to their shit or did not want to own up to their shit at the time, they may display some of those behaviors that may seem narcissistic. Or you. So all I'm saying is that's another one where you may be hiding your hand and trying to hide what you did and maybe trying to stay virtuous while other people are suffering around you who did absolutely nothing. And it doesn't even pan out, by the way. It didn't for me, shit. Anyways, moving on. Okay, y'all could be working with a bunch of giggly ass, somebody, how do I, somebody at work be smiling in your face and they are absolutely livid of who you are, what you do at the job, and mad that they're not there. Even though they can't even see their own fault, and the reason why they're holding themselves back is because they put themselves in a certain type of parameter and don't want to do this or that. So it holds them back, it keeps them back. So they may be trying to take it out on you. Just be careful about passwords and stuff at work because people may be trying to switch passwords, change passwords, all of that. And be careful of that. So I hope this wasn't too boring. I hope, people got these messages and that, I guess I should give you a solution. And I did for the last one, which is make sure you're paying attention to your passwords and shit like that. But for the second one, that message, for the virtual signaling person out there listening to this, we love you anyway. We're just saying, watch yourself because you're good people, but sometimes you may make bad choices. Another perfect example of like that type of behavior was I accidentally broke a window. I was so pissed that I kicked my boots off and it flew across the room and it broke the window. And I tried to hide it. I like hid it because I didn't want anybody to know that I broke the window, right? Um, I guess I'm trying to say like there was some kind of guilt behind that whole behavior of like I could have just been like, yo, I broke the window, here's $70. Go fix it. There was like this whole guilt of like I did it. I had to cover it up and I had to hide it. And I had some weird thoughts about that too. Like, damn, if I killed somebody, I would try to cover it up. You know what I mean? I would never do that. I would never do that. I'm not a violent person. I would never try to murder anybody. I would never try to intentionally hurt anyone. That's not even in my blood. I'll knock you the fuck out if you try to hurt me. That's it. You know what I mean? But intentionally trying to hurt somebody who's on their merry little way and they don't know what's going on and they have no clue that somebody, I would never do no shit like that. With that being said, there's some guilt behind the person who was trying to save their own virtue by throwing the other person under the bus. Guilty as fuck. Guilt, 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 guilt all day. Knowing you're a liar and what you did was wrong, and all you had to do was tell the truth and own up to the bullshit that y'all was pulling. And I'm not trying to say anything bad about you. I'm just saying all you had to do was tell the truth about the shit that you pulled, that you did. Nobody else did it. Instead, you was coming up with stories about people were lying, that person lied on you, that person was all up in your business, telling everybody your business, and none of that happened. Nobody knew anything. Everybody was clueless about what was going on with you. That's how little that person said anything. That person probably just was minding their own business and going about their merry little way. But because you were trying to hide something and that person was out of the picture, you threw them under the bus. So when that person came back into the picture, it was a little bit odd. Why are you friends with this person if they did these things to you? It's a little odd. Could it be that you were possibly lying? So, don't beat yourself up. Like I said, the solution to that is maybe that person forgave you like I did, or y'all just not friends no more and you just move on with your life and don't pull that shit no more with the next person. Own up to your shit. I own up to my shit. They own up to their shit. Everybody in their own lane, wearing their own clothes, minding their own motherfucking business. That's how it's supposed to go. Um, and love your friends. Stay honest and loyal to your friends. And one of my friends used to say this to me all the time. I'm going to stop saying it. Loyalty is for dogs. Loyalty is for dogs, but loyalty is for human beings too. And if you're not loyal to the people around you, if you don't expect to be loyal to anybody, but you expect it in return, don't hold your breath.